In this lesson, titled Exploring Data Entry and Editing Techniques, I'm in Workbook Lesson 02, Entering Data, and I'm in the Worksheet tab, Entering Data. I've zoomed in slightly on my worksheet to make this more clear. You can do the same if you like by using the zoom bar in the bottom right corner. To start, I'm going to select the cell B3. With that cell selected, I can simply start typing. I'm going to type a small range of data that represents my daughter's lemonade stand. Let's start with the word income. I could use my arrow keys to move down one to enter my next text, or I could use my mouse and click. But it's much more efficient to simply use the Enter key to move down one. So by hitting Enter, I simply move down one, and now I can type expenses. And then we hit Enter again to go down again. And here we're going to type profits and hit Enter. Now you may have noticed I spelled profits wrong. Well, if we want to correct something, one way to do it is simply select the cell and you can simply type over whatever you've typed. Now in Microsoft Word or some other applications, you might have to actually highlight the entire word and then you can type over it. But in Excel, you can simply select the cell and then start typing. So I'm going to retype it and hit Enter. But you can see I've typed it incorrectly again. Well, there's another way to correct, and this technique is very useful. You can simply take your cursor and put it right where you want to make the correction and double click. Double clicking in a cell puts you into the editing mode and it puts your cursor wherever you double clicked. In this case, I'm right in front of that F. So all I have to do is hit my backspace once and I've made that correction, and then I can hit Enter. So these important concepts include using your Enter key to go down one after each entry, and you can simply type over anything in a cell by selecting it, and you can double click exactly where you want to make the correction because it inserts your cursor right there. Well, let's start entering some numbers now. I'm going to come up here and select C3 where I want to start entering some of the numbers. So I'm going to enter 100. Now, if I hit Enter, we already know that I'll go down one. Well, right now I only want to enter all of the income, which means I want to go to the right. Well, instead of using Enter, we use Tab. So you simply hit Tab and it takes you over one. I'm going to type now 200, Tab, and then enter the rest of these numbers here, all of them separated by tabs. And on the last tab, I'm now ready to enter some more information one row below. And again, Excel has a shortcut for us. By simply hitting the Enter key after the end of a series of tabs, it will return us right back where we want to be in the next row down under the first column where we started. So big concept, you can type, then use a tab to move to the next column, and then hit Enter to return to the starting point one row down. So now let's enter some numbers here again, and I'm going to separate each one of these with a tab, moving me quickly to the right. You can put in any numbers you like. As we move forward, it's not important that you necessarily have these numbers. But I do recommend practice typing and hitting your Tab key and then typing, hitting your Enter key so that you can really put that into your memory, this great shortcut. Now I'm going to hit the Enter key again, and that will bring us back where we expected to profits. When entering data, sometimes it's useful to use your formula bar. Instead of entering the data here, with this cell selected, I could simply go to my formula bar and type in 50 and hit Enter. I can also edit from there. If I select, I can come up to my formula bar and I can change that number, let's say to 55, which is incorrect, of course. Now if I want to delete that information, I simply select the cell and hit delete on my keyboard. So remember, the formula bar is there for you if you want to use it to enter data or to edit data. And also you can select any cell and simply hit delete on your keyboard. Now I want you to notice the data that we've entered. Do you see that all of the text is left aligned all the way to the left, and all of our numbers are right aligned? They're all the way to the right. Of course, you could change these. In the alignment group, you have your choice of left aligned and right aligned and even center. But as general practice, you should keep all of your text left aligned and especially keep all of your numbers right aligned. The most important reason for this is it keeps all the decimal points aligned. Sometimes you can use the alignment of text or numbers to see a problem with your data entry. Let's take 200 for instance. I'm going to double click in the middle here and I'm going to change one of the zeros to a capital O. I'm going to backspace and then hit Shift O. So you can see that might be obvious, but it might not, especially if you're looking at a spreadsheet where the text was quite small. But what is obvious is that this is now left aligned. Because it includes a number and a letter, it wants to be left aligned. Remember to look for alignment problems as perhaps data entry problems.